The British royal family has weathered countless storms throughout its long history. From public scandals and family feuds to constitutional challenges and global scrutiny, the monarchy has always found a way to maintain its image of stability. But now, fresh reports and growing speculation suggest that something unusual may be unfolding behind the walls of Buckingham Palace. What exactly is happening? Why are royal insiders suddenly whispering about emergency discussions? And why has the palace refused to provide clear answers regarding a series of mysterious meetings involving King Charles? Today, we're taking a closer look at the secretive developments that have royal watchers around the world asking questions. Recent weeks have seen an unusual increase in reports suggesting that senior palace officials, trusted advisors, and members of the royal household have been gathering for a number of private meetings. Normally, such meetings would attract little attention. After all, managing the affairs of the monarchy requires constant coordination. However, what has raised eyebrows is the extraordinary level of secrecy surrounding these discussions. Typically, when significant royal events are being planned, some details eventually emerge through official channels or trusted royal correspondence. This time, however, the palace has remained remarkably silent. The lack of information has fueled widespread speculation. Some observers believe the meetings may be connected to long-term plans for the future of the monarchy. Others suspect that concerns regarding public perception and institutional stability could be playing a role. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear: the unusual secrecy has only intensified public curiosity. King Charles entered his reign under circumstances unlike any monarch in modern history. Following decades spent as heir to the throne, finally assumed the crown with enormous expectations resting on his shoulders. Many expected him to introduce meaningful reforms while preserving centuries-old traditions. Yet the challenges facing the monarchy have continued to grow. Questions surrounding the future role of senior royals, ongoing public debates about relevance and modernization, and persistent family tensions have all placed pressure on the institution. Throughout his reign, King Charles has sought to project an image of calm leadership. Publicly, he has remained focused on duty, environmental causes, and maintaining continuity. But insiders have often suggested that behind the scenes, difficult decisions are constantly being considered. That is why reports of private meetings have generated so much interest. Royal commentators point out that whenever unusual levels of confidentiality emerge within palace operations, often signals discussions involving matters considered highly sensitive. Historically, major transitions, constitutional concerns, succession planning, and crisis management efforts have all involved tightly controlled consultations. Could something similar be happening now? The palace isn't saying, and that silence may be the biggest story of all. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that several scheduled appearances and routine updates have reportedly been handled with greater caution than usual. Royal observers have noted subtle changes in communication patterns, leading some to wonder whether palace officials are attempting to manage an issue before it becomes public. Of course, it is important to emphasize that no official confirmation has been provided regarding the nature of any alleged crisis. Speculation continues to spread. Part of the reason lies in the modern media environment. Every movement involving the royal family is analyzed in extraordinary detail. A canceled engagement, a delayed announcement, or an unexplained meeting can quickly become the subject of countless headlines and online discussions. In this atmosphere, secrecy naturally attracts attention. Some royal experts believe that King Charles may be confronting strategic decisions regarding the monarchy's future direction. Over the years, he has repeatedly spoken about the importance of adapting the institution to changing times. Balancing tradition with modernization has never been simple. Every decision carries significant consequences, both for public perception and for the monarchy's long-term survival. If discussions are indeed taking place about future reforms, it would make sense for such conversations to remain confidential until a clear strategy is established. However, others believe the situation could be more immediate. The royal family has faced several unexpected developments in recent years, creating an environment where contingency planning has become increasingly important. Palace officials are known to prepare for countless scenarios, many of which never become public knowledge. The existence of private meetings alone does not necessarily indicate a crisis. The combination of secrecy, unanswered questions, and mounting speculation has created an atmosphere of uncertainty. Meanwhile, supporters of the monarchy argue that confidential meetings are a normal part of royal governance. According to this view, current speculation may simply reflect the public's fascination with royal affairs rather than evidence of any genuine emergency. They point out that senior royal advisors frequently meet to discuss a wide range of issues, from ceremonial planning to administrative matters. Not every private discussion signals trouble. Still, critics counter that the palace's refusal to address growing rumors has only made the situation worse. In the absence of official information, theories inevitably emerge. Some suggest there could be disagreements among senior advisors regarding future priorities. Others wonder whether sensitive family matters are influencing behind-the-scenes discussions. Once again, there is no verified evidence supporting such claims, but the lack of transparency has ensured that speculation continues. What makes the situation particularly fascinating is King Charles himself. Throughout his public life, he has demonstrated a willingness to engage with complex issues and long-term challenges. He has often spoken candidly about subjects ranging from environmental sustainability to cultural preservation. When it comes to matters affecting the monarchy directly, discretion has always been paramount. That tradition of discretion now appears to be colliding with modern expectations for openness. Today's audiences expect answers. When those answers fail to arrive, curiosity only grows stronger. Royal historians note that secrecy has long been one of the monarchy's most effective tools. By carefully controlling information, the institution has often managed to navigate periods of uncertainty while preserving stability. But in the digital age, maintaining that control has become increasingly difficult. Information travels instantly. Rumors spread rapidly. Public demand for transparency has never been greater. As a result, every unexplained development becomes magnified. Every unanswered question becomes a potential headline, and every private meeting becomes a source of speculation. For now, Buckingham Palace remains firmly silent. No detailed explanations have been offered, no comprehensive statements have been released, and no official clarification has been provided regarding the true purpose of the reported meetings. That silence has left royal watchers searching for clues. Are these meetings simply routine consultations being exaggerated by media attention? Or do they reflect a deeper challenge facing King Charles and the institution he leads? At this stage, the answers remain hidden behind palace walls. One thing is undeniable. The mystery surrounding these alleged crisis meetings has captured international attention. And until clearer information emerges, the questions surrounding King Charles' secret discussions are likely to continue growing. As speculation continues to build, many royal observers are focusing on one crucial question. What happens if the palace continues to remain silent? History shows that uncertainty can sometimes become a challenge in itself. When official information is limited, public attention often shifts toward rumors, anonymous sources, and competing narratives. That is precisely why the current situation has become so closely watched. For King Charles, the stakes are particularly high. His reign represents a new chapter for the monarchy, one that many believe will help determine how the institution evolves in the decades ahead. Every major decision is being examined not only for its immediate impact, but also for what it reveals about the king's long-term vision. That is why reports of confidential meetings have generated such intense interest. Some royal commentators believe the discussions could ultimately lead to significant announcements in the future. Others argue that the meetings may simply reflect the normal responsibilities of managing one of the world's most scrutinized institutions. The truth may lie somewhere in between. What remains undeniable is that Buckingham Palace has chosen caution over clarification. Whether that strategy is designed to protect sensitive planning, preserve internal stability, or simply prevent unnecessary distractions, only those inside the royal circle truly know. For now, the public is left with questions. Questions about the purpose of the meetings. Questions about the people involved. And questions about why confirmation has been so difficult to obtain. Perhaps the most revealing aspect of this entire story is not what has been said, but what has not been said. In an era where information is expected instantly, silence can sometimes speak louder than words. And that silence has fueled a level of curiosity that shows no signs of fading. Will the palace eventually provide answers? Will future announcements shed light on these mysterious discussions? Or will the details remain locked away as yet another chapter in the long history of royal secrecy? Only time will tell. Until then, the reports of private meetings, unanswered questions, and growing speculation continue to keep royal watchers on high alert. One thing is certain. Whenever Buckingham Palace refuses to confirm details, tension only intensifies. And as King Charles navigates the challenges of his reign, the world will be watching closely for the next clue, the next statement, or the next unexpected development that could finally reveal what has been happening behind closed doors. Because sometimes the biggest royal story isn't the announcement that gets made, it's the one that doesn't. And right now, that mystery remains very much alive. What do you think is really happening behind palace walls? Are these meetings simply routine royal business? Or do they point to something much bigger unfolding behind the scenes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest royal news, analysis, and breaking developments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.